We're getting started, y'all. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're excited to talk about online business today. Yep, that's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, there we go. We are started. We are on both platforms, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. Do you ever feel like business? I'm sorry. Let's start over so I can get these words out of my mouth, right? Do you ever feel like your business is running you instead of you are running it? Well, if you're a faith-driven mom who wants to grow online, but you want to stay rooted in peace, this conversation's for you. And I'm excited that you're with me today. I used to feel like hustle was holy, that working harder somehow meant I was doing more for my family and more for God. There are times when I still feel like if I am not working, I am not trying hard enough. And that is a mindset that I've got to get over. So that what I've learned though is that hustle is noisy. Okay. Hustle is not necessarily of God. Stewardship is strategic, and holy habits bring back peace into the process. Today, I'm going to show you how to build systems that serve your season. Okay, so your business supports your family and not the other way around. Yep. We are, drop your name and where you're from in the chat. We're talking about stewardship over hustle today. Today, I'm going to show you how to build systems that serve your season so your business supports your family and not the other way around. I'm really excited if that subject resonates with you. Will you do me a favor and invite some other friends in? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're excited to talk about hustle, stop hustling, and start stewarding. So stewardship over hustling. It's going to be just the message that I think we all need to hear at this season of our life. Because if you are a busy mom, if you are a faith-driven mom, this is the message that we all need to take time to hear. Okay. There was a time when I was working around the clock. I was building funnels. I was posting a lot. I was managing everything, but inside I was exhausted. Some days I still feel like that because I'm learning new skills, new habits, and a new approach, a new strategy. I prayed for growth, but what really I needed was I needed some grace. I needed that for myself. God didn't want my grind. He wanted my stewardship. If you're with me today and you want to learn how to steward your time better, drop a 1 in the chat. I'm excited that you're here with me live. We are talking about stewardship over hustling, okay? God wants our stewardship. Maybe that's where you are today, trying to balance motherhood, business, and faith, wondering if peace is even possible. Well, I'm here to tell you that it is. When you build from a place of purpose, you will find that place of peace as well. Drop a heart in the chat if you're looking for peace. Okay. If this is resonating with you and this is something you want to get into deeper, go ahead and invite your friends to come over and join us on this live call today, because it is what God has encouraged me to share with you today. And we're going to go through 3 holy habits that create systems for peace and progress. You know anybody else who wants to learn these holy habits? Let's talk about holy habits. Okay, let's dive in. Habit number 1, steward your schedule. How do we steward our schedule? We start our day with God before goals, right? We wake up and the first thing we say is, "Good morning, Jesus. Good morning." Is that something that you've created a habit to do? Have you given him the first of your day? At our church, we like to talk about giving God our first 15 so that anybody getting started with Jesus can get started, and it will seem not just attainable, but it'll seem exciting. So in the first 15, what we do is we give God 5 minutes of prayer, 5 minutes of worship, and 5 minutes in his word. Okay, so start your day with God before goals. The second part of this new habit to steward our schedule is to batch our work around our actual season. Whether we're in nap times, whether we're in carpool, or we're having to cook dinner, batch your work, right? Be smart with your time. Work smarter, not harder. Stewardship is knowing what to say yes to and what to surrender. So I'll be honest, when my kiddo was younger, a lot of times I had a really messy house. Now, while my house is often picked up, most of the time picked up, I'm surrendering a little bit more of the cleanliness that I prefer. Don't think I'm living in filth over here, okay? I am just dealing with messy floors because I have a husband who's a landscaper and he comes in with his boots on. I cannot talk him into leaving those boots outside. So I cannot keep up with sweeping and vacuuming every day and mopping every week. There are times when I just cannot fit that into the schedule that we have. Okay. So stewarding is knowing what to say yes to and what to surrender. Okay. What is a second habit that we can use and create to find peace and continue to make progress? Simplifying systems. Okay, drop a 2 in the chat if you are interested in simplifying your systems. Because you don't need more platforms to have more peace. You just have to start with what you can manage. So start with what you can manage, and let's not worry about adding more to our plate. Does that make sense? Okay, the 2-hour workday blueprint shows you how simplified my content and automation is and what's helping me stay consistent. Okay, so I have a 2-hour workday blueprint. You can grab that by scanning the QR code up here right there, or over here. I'm going to drop that in for you right now so that you have access to it. Okay, so you can scan this QR code here to grab the 2-hour workday blueprint. But y'all stick around. If you need me to just send it to you, I can do that. Okay, with this blueprint, you are going to learn how to simplify, automate, rest, and repeat. Okay, it is very important that our faith-driven moms who are stewarding our time better learn how to simplify and not overcomplicate. All right, who wants the third? Okay, this is not 3. Y'all bear with me here as I learn to talk to the screen. Okay, we want 3 new holy habits in our life. What's number 3? Drop a 3 in the chat if you want to hear the third holy habit that we need to create in order to stop hustling and start stewarding our time. Y'all ready to hear that? Drop a 3 in the chat if you're with me. Give me some love. Okay, so habit number 3, stay faithful in the flow. That's right. Stay faithful in the flow. So hustle is reactivated, right? It's a reactive reaction, but habits are responsive. So we have to build habits that will help us steward our time. So ask yourself, what is God asking you to manage in this season? What is God asking me to manage in this season? And let the rest go. Sometimes the holy thing is to pause. Right? Comment pause in the chat if you're with me. Whether you feel permission to pause or you just want to pause, will you comment in the chat with the word pause if you're with me. If you just want that opportunity to pause and that permission, I'm here to encourage you to take it. God gives you the permission. I'm just here to encourage you in it. Faithful habits compound over time, just like the seeds sown in the right soil. Am I right? Comment seeds sown if you're with me. All right, y'all, here's the thing. When you stop hustling and you start stewarding, your business stops being a burden and it starts to be a blessing. You can create holy habits that help your system serve your calling and not steal your peace. All right, so let's talk about this blueprint, okay? Maybe you don't have a business yet. Maybe you're here because you're a stay-at-home mom, you are a faith-driven mom, and you are trying your best to figure out, what do I say yes to so that I can contribute to my family's finances? If you're like me, you want to avoid a 9-to-5 so that you have the flexibility and the time freedom to still remain that primary influence over your kiddos' lives. Maybe you only have one like me. I have one kiddo that God blessed me with. He was our miracle baby. And I don't want to sacrifice the time that I've been given with him. So it's important that my schedule allows me to work around his schedule so that I remain the primary influence over his life, because it is my responsibility and my job to make sure that I am raising a faithful, godly man in my son. And to do that, I have to take that responsibility. So if you're ready to stop striving and start stewarding, I want to give you this free tool that will help you start. And it's called the 2-Hour Workday Blueprint. You can go to TiffaniTeel.com/my links. All right, you can scan the QR code up top, or you can comment called, drop called in the chat if you want me to send you that free blueprint or the directions specifically to you. Okay, so let's talk about what this blueprint is going to teach you and show you. Y'all want to dive into that? Okay, it's going to teach you about systems, how to put systems in place so that you can learn what is going to attract and help you build an email list. Because we don't own our space here where we are today, do we? That can be taken away from us at any given moment. So if you're in the middle of a conversation with someone who wants to work with you, what are you going to do if your account gets shut down? Drop a 2 in the chat if you're worried about what happens when this account gets shut down. Okay, I'll send you a 2, but I'm not worried anymore because now I have a system in place that is going to get your email address when you decide you want more information from me, so that no matter what, I can communicate with you. We own our email, right? We own our email. Okay, so here's the thing. The next part of what this blueprint is going to show you is it's going to show you how to automate that system. That's right. So systems and automation are 2 great ways you can steward your time and stop hustling. Okay? Hustle isn't of God, but stewardship is. We want to be smart with our time and work smarter, not harder. So we need systems and we need automations. Who's got questions for me about the blueprint? who's been thinking about the blueprint and you're just interested in learning more. Drop learn in the chat if you just want to learn a little bit more about that blueprint. I can just tell you, as a faith-driven mom myself, that it is very important that I learn how to build an income online so that I can work from my phone, work from home, work from my car. I'll tell you what the bonus was for me. The bonus was that it teaches you how to do your income earning activities in just 2 hours a day or less. That was a huge bonus for me because I've been in business for a long time, specifically running this business for the last 8 years. And I sacrifice a lot of my time to stay in business. So I knew it was time for me to learn how to create passive income and not just trade my time for money. If you're tired of trading time for money, drop tired in the chat with me, would you? Tired of trading time for money. It's time to start hustling, stop hustling, and start stewarding. All right, today we went through holy habits for business. That's right. Today we went through our holy habits for business. What were those 3 habits? Let's do a quick review. Habit number 1 is to steward your schedule. Start your day with God before goals and batch your work. Okay, habit number 1. Habit number 2 is to simplify your systems. Okay, that doesn't mean add more platforms. It means find the platforms that you need to be on and the ones that you can manage and focus. Steward your time there. All right, grab the 2-hour workday blueprint. Okay, take a look. It's free. FREE. All right. I just want to help you come along with me so that we can build an online income. We need to build an income online for time freedom. All right. The third habit that we talked about today is to stay faithful in the flow. Hustle is reactive and habits are responsive. So ask, what is God asking me to manage in this season? Sometimes the holy thing is to pause. Okay, don't forget to pause. If you want permission to pause, drop pause in the chat. I can't grant you that permission, but I promise God's already given it to you. And He's asked us to pause and reflect every morning with Him, to give Him the first of our day. Faithful habits will compound over time, just like the seeds sown in the right soil. Am I right? Okay, so let's talk about an online business. All right, building an online business. Let's talk about buying online. Do you make online purchases? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've purchased something online in the last 30 days. Okay, now drop a 1 or a 1 in the chat if you've purchased online in the last 7 days. Have you shopped online in the last 7 days? Drop a 1 in the chat. Yep, that's right. So let's move on. So we've all decided and confirmed that we are in tune with buying online. We understand that's how our society operates, right? We know that's how our society operates. So if our society is operating online, y'all, I'm going to change my status to do not disturb because I have some spam messages coming in. Okay. I was trying to avoid having to mute my messages just in case. My kiddo texted me because he is on a field trip today. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So getting back to purchasing online, we've all agreed that our society purchases online. But let me ask you this question. If Amazon required you to pick up the phone and call them in order to make a purchase, would you do it? Drop a no or a no in the chat. Just kidding. But drop a 2 in the chat if you would still purchase with Amazon if you had to make a phone call. No. Yeah. Nobody wants to respond with that one. Okay. So why do we want people that do business with us to call us? Why do we think that that is the right method and the right direction to go? Okay. Can you just drop a yes or a yes in the comments if you agree we don't want people calling us either? We don't want to call Amazon and we don't want to call from the people who are considering buying from us. All right. So if that's the case, we have to stop and we have to put a system in place that prevents the need for phone calls for people to do business with us, right? We have to make it simple for them. We have to make it available to them when they're ready to buy. So if you want to get started with those simple systems and automate those systems, scan the QR code here or here, and let's do that. Holy habits create consistency. Consistency builds confidence, and confidence leads to our calling. Do you feel like you're walking in your calling? Leave a yes or no in the chat. Leave a yes or no in the chat if you feel like you are walking in your calling, the calling that God put on your life. Okay, so if we are, let's see here. There we go. I'm learning. I'm new here in the live practice. I'm learning as I go, and I'm just here to create for you, because at the end of the day, I am tired of being frustrated. I'm tired of being scared that those funds aren't going to be in my bank account when I have a bill that's due. And I'm ready to earn daily income online through using these simple systems. Does that sound like something that you want to learn too? I'm learning it. We're getting into new habits, because my habits, I promise you, have not been simple. I have not created simple habits and simple systems. So we're going to stop with the hustling. We're going to start stewarding our time. So even if you're not tech savvy, this is for you. Okay. You're going to get education, mentorship. You're going to get a business in a box, basically. Who wants to know what business model I'm referring to? If you already know, drop it in the chat. If you want to know, drop a 1 in the chat. If you want to know what business model I'm talking about today, drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, we're talking about the master resale rights. business model. It's an online digital marketing business. It's in the education industry. It teaches you how to create an income online. Okay, if you're a faith-driven mom like me, you are ready to get focused and stop hustling and wasting your time with all of these little options that are going to make you small amounts of income. Okay, the difference is affiliate marketing over here, or MLM style income, is going to pay you small percentages of what you do. Is it a poor stream of income? No, not necessarily. It can be really lucrative. Not saying to walk away from that if you're already in the middle of doing it. But why wouldn't you add on a high ticket, profitable, 100% profit dollar amount to that income? Okay. So with MRR, master resale rights, you have the option to resell the program that's going to teach you how to do this in 2 hours a day or less to other people so that you can impact others' lives as well. Drop a 1 in the chat if you feel called to impact other people's lives positively. And drop a 2 in the chat if that impact that you want to make is by increasing someone else's income flow. I'm ready to start building a stronger, more sustainable business income that supports my faith and my family and builds freedom for us. And if that's you and that's something that you're interested in, raise your hand in the chat. Comment start. Okay. Comment start in the chat so that I can help you get started today. Guys, as Christians, we are called to impact the kingdom, to bring more people to Christ. And in order to do that, we need to have more time freedom, and we need to stop hustling. We need to create the holy habits so that we can build systems that serve your season. And if you're like me and you're a busy mom who needs to do business around taking their kid to school or picking them up, taking them to sports, going to the grocery store, preparing sourdough bread like me, at least that's what I love to do. Bread making is so relaxing. If you haven't tried it yet, let's chat. I am definitely in the sourdough bread making season of my life. Actually, just bread making in general, whether it is sourdough or fresh milled flour bread, and just trying to get all those nutrients that God gave us from fresh grown grain and trying to get that into my body and heal my gut through these through uncommon practices. Let's just put it that way. Because what are the common practices? To grab everything from the grocery store, right? But I'm trying to do more farmers market purchases, more growing of my own items here on our property, and creating fresh products from my kitchen instead of grabbing them at my convenience at the grocery store. So I need more time. Does that sound like something that you need? Do you need more time so that you can be more focused on your family when you're with them? I know for me, it's been really hard to stay focused on what's going on around me because my mind seemed to be somewhere else all the time because I was chasing income just to pay the bills. And it's time to change that. It's time to change that. So no more chasing. Now we're going to believe in faith that when we start stewarding our time and our income well, that we will be able to put systems and automations in place that do that for us. Okay, so we're going to jump off here shortly. If you need more instruction or you want more information to get started right now, drop start in the chat so that I can get you that information before I go. If you're just joining me, drop your name and where you're located in the chat so I know where you're tuning in from. And I've left a QR code here for you to go ahead and scan and download a free blueprint that will give you a system for 2 hours of work per day to start building an online income. If you need me to walk you through what that's going to look like, I'm happy to do that. Drop a 1 in the chat real quick. Otherwise, we're going to jump off this call here in the next minute. Drop a 1 in the chat if you need more information before you go today. And I'll be happy to stick around for you. Okay, so let me just remind you and close out the call with this thought. Holy habits create consistency. Consistency builds confidence, and confidence leads to calling. And I want all of my faith-driven moms who are here with me today to trust that God will handle your growth and help you build systems that serve you in the season that you're in. And so today we are going to agree to stop hustling and start stewarding our time better. Real quick, if you need more information because you just joined me or you're in the middle of downloading that blueprint, drop a 1 in the chat and I'll stick around for you. Otherwise, I'm going to jump off the call here in about 1 minute. But we have talked about how to build income online. We've talked about a 2-hour-a-day 2-hour workday blueprint. We've talked about stopping the hustle and starting stewardship. And we've also gone through 3 holy habits for business. And those were really good. If you're still here with me from the beginning, can you drop a 1 in the chat if those holy habits were good? I hope that those made impact for you because I want you to create systems for peace and progress. Okay? Peace and progress. All right. Well, I just love you guys so much. I love to show up and help you figure out what the next piece of your system needs to look like as well. As a brand developer and web designer, I love things to look pretty, but I am learning that more importantly, those automations and that ideal system is so much more important. I'd love to grab your email address and make sure that we are communicating offline as well. So you can scan the QR code up top to drop your email address in and give that to me. I just want to make sure that we stay connected so that we don't miss out on future conversations when it comes to building businesses online and, our faith and our family and that freedom that we're chasing. Okay, friends, I love you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's call has been rescheduled for 9:30 a.m., I believe. So jump on with me tomorrow at 9:30 if you want to dive into the next topic. All right. Thanks for being with me. Love you guys.